You're listening to Catholic Chicago. Ahead, the Archdiocese of Chicago brings you programs about the people, events, and issues that touch our lives. Welcome to Catholic Chicago.
Good morning and welcome to the Voice of Charity. I'm Katie Bredemann here with my colleague Phil Zepeda. Good morning, Phil.
Good morning, Katie.
And we send a warm hello to all who are watching us on WNDZ 750 AM here in Chicago, and all who are watching our live stream on YouTube and Facebook at Catholic Chicago. Catholic Charities' celebration of giving has been in full swing for over 2 months now, and the hardworking teams in Cook and Lake counties are close to the finish line. Last year, 15,000 individuals received presents and basic household items through this program, and we hear that total number of people served will be similar again this year.
Yeah, and there's a huge staff and volunteer effort around this. The staff members who lead this massive project in Cook County, Noreen Russo and Mary Angelotti, work tirelessly to ensure that every one of the families and individuals receiving gifts is treated with compassion and respect. And Catholic Charities is incredibly fortunate to have two extraordinary volunteers who run the Lake County Give Program. They are Jim Wogan and Sue Fowler. Plus, there's hundreds, literally hundreds of other kind-hearted volunteers from parishes, schools, and corporations, big and small, who find time and the goodness of their heart and their busy schedules to play vital roles in the celebration of giving. Organizational structure that spans across 2 counties in Illinois. It's truly massive.
It really is.
So we have 3 amazing volunteers with us today, and we're thrilled with this opportunity to thank them for their generosity and share some of their fabulous stories of teamwork and charitable kindness that we've been proud to witness in recent days. So please welcome and joining us today, Dody Hickey from Saints Joseph and Francis Xavier Parish in Wilmette, Mario Serrano from St. Alphonsus Parish in Lakeview, and Cookie Krupa from Loyola University. We got a full slate today. Good morning, everybody. Glad to have you with us.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, so we'll kind of go around here and ask you all questions. Dody, let's start with you. Talk to us about how long you have been involved with Catholic Charities' celebration of giving.
Well, I've been a longtime supporter of Catholic Charities. And personally, my family has sponsored families in the past, but we brought the Celebration of Giving program to the school 3 years ago. This was our 3rd year doing it. So it's been wonderful.
Talk to us about, there's a long history that I recognize with Saints Joseph and Francis Xavier being involved with the Celebration of Giving. Can you give us a little bit of a history lesson about the work of the parish and the school in this effort?
Yeah, so our school community has taken on this program in the last 3 years where every classroom sponsors a family. So that results in 28 families getting sponsored by our students and their families.
It's so amazing, Dody. I'm proud to be a parishioner at St. Joseph and Francis Xavier along with you. And I know that you are such an awesome organizer and leader in this. But when you mention about 28 families being sponsored, that's really a school-wide awareness of the needs of Catholic Charities clients, but also the joy that's found in this program, right?
Absolutely. It really takes, I think, every student, every family on our St. Francis campus is involved. You're going to be hearing about it from your room parents. You're going to be encouraged to sign up every day of the week. We collect gifts. Children are just bringing in gifts. And a lot of things are a lot of need gifts, as we know, so things that our kids would never ask for Christmas, like, a winter coat or a pillow. So I think it's just such a wonderful way for all these students and families just to see the real need at the beginning of the Christmas season.
And for those who may not be aware, what happens is families who are Catholic Charities clients fill out a wish list and they list the names and the ages of all the family members and what those children or what those adults might like for Christmas. And as you said, Dody, oftentimes the things that they ask for are the most basic needs: hats, gloves, boots. Things that many of us would be so grateful to have, in our closets easily. These folks have none of, and so it's so inspiring that you and each class at St. Joseph and Francis Xavier School gets to see these family members and really identify them. And by the time that celebration of giving is done, all the students probably feel like they really get to know the family. Am I right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think especially as a mother, when you're going with your children to buy something and you say, this family is asking for diapers for Christmas, it just puts everything in perspective, and sort of guiding our children to know what's important. And I just think that the celebration of giving is such a great name for it, because it just reminds you what the Christmas season and the Christmas spirit is all about. So it just feels really good to contribute in that way.
Well, it's a wonderful project throughout the school. Can you tell me a little bit how you publicize it and how you collect the gifts and then deliver them to Catholic Charities?
Yeah, so we rely heavily on our room parents. So each classroom at our school has parents that are responsible for getting messaging and sort of organizing their class. So our room parents will send a message out to, we started early November this year, because every year it just feels like such a crunch with the turnaround. But we started, we will give every classroom the family, and then those room parents are responsible for putting together the wish list for the family and sending out messaging. Then the week that we collect, we have a few people every morning standing at our drop-off line, everyone's dropping off gifts. The gifts just pile up, and then they pile up throughout the week in the office. And you can just really see how the generosity of the community. It's very, it feels good, to know that everybody's participating and, seeing these gifts pile up, and it's a beautiful thing.
It is
heartwarming, isn't it?
It truly is. Dody, when does your mind begin going to celebration of giving and the timeline begin? When does that all kick in? Like June or maybe, in early September, you got to recognize that this is probably wheels up and we're off to the races, right? In the coordination.
I mean, knowing like how it's every year, it's just really pretty tight, because it comes so quickly. This year I was sort of, nagging, give us our families, we need them earlier. So we started the messaging, early November, but we, as soon as we had the families, we were like, okay, let's go. So, our school was closed the week of Thanksgiving this year, which made it even more a little trickier. So, but, when it's going on, it's fast and furious and, a little bit stressful, but so worth all
well,
that.
Dody, you're running a successful operation there. Let's turn it over to Mario. Mario, give us your depiction. How long have you been involved with the celebration of giving?
Okay. Well, Phil, Katie, thanks a lot for inviting me.
Of course.
I've been involved since about 2016, 2017. I was more or less just a volunteer coordinator. I wasn't the main coordinator until about 2019.
And that's at St. Alphonsus Parish.
Pretty much like since then.
St. Alphonsus Parish, an amazing parish. I'm a neighbor parish at St. Andrew.
Nice.
St. Alphonsus, talk to us about their history or anything that you know about their long time involvement with the celebration of giving.
Yeah, it's been going on since about 2003, I believe. Our old DRE, Kathy Carino, was kind of like laid down like the blueprint of like exactly like how to run it. It's like, so basically I've just been like copying her playbook like for like years. So I mean,
Well, that's all it takes. And the celebration of giving, there's so many ways for people to align with that and really rally a parish around helping people in need.
Are you finding, Mario, that more people in St. Alphonsus Parish like to bring gifts to a collection at church, or do more of them like to go to our online wish lists, through our toy vendors and just send things directly from the online source? What are you finding at St. Alphonsus?
a little bit of both. I mean, like, I help put the bulletin and the newsletter together for St. Alphonsus. So I always have the link in for the wish list online. But I've actually found like majority of our people like to bring in like the gifts. So.
Well, and
Yep.
I know you do so much more for the parish beyond celebration of giving. How do you weave support, requests for the celebration of giving into all the other activities going on in the parish in December?
Really, basically, it's just like building like a culture of, like stewardship, like time, talent, treasure. There's just basically just opening hearts. Like there's, and we get it. Like there's a lot of like hardships in this world. So we just, we do our best. I guess that's all I could say.
Well, it's beautiful, and it's simple, but it's important work, Mario, and we're grateful for your involvement. Let's turn it over to Cookie. So, Cookie, we haven't forgotten about you. Loyola University has generously participated in the celebration of giving for many years. How and when did you get involved with the program?
Well, actually, I tried researching to see how long Loyola has been involved, and seems like a lot of people have left that can't quite remember exactly when we got going. But I've been actively involved for like the past 10 years, and I've been the coordinator for like the last 5 years.
So, and beautiful, beautiful work, and the opportunity to engage young adults in this type of work. How are you publicizing this effort up at Loyola?
Okay, first of all, for us, Loyola Gives is only for faculty and staff.
Oh, it's for faculty
Our students
and staff.
have a ton of other opportunities, and they're very good about donating and about giving of their time. But for faculty and staff, sometimes we don't have an opportunity to do that as a group. So we limit it just to faculty and staff. There is an email that goes out to all faculty and staff called Inside Loyola. So I send that email out usually around September, and I'll put a link to a Google Doc, and I'm asking if you can take a family. So you have to decide like how much you can spend, and that will tell you what size family. So say you can gather $400, you'll ask for a family size of 4. So I also at the same time take the year before's list of people who participated, and I send them an email with the link. Then I have an end time for that, and then when that time comes, I send that information into Catholic Charities, and they assign families to each department.
That's wonderful, wonderful organizational structure to it, Cookie. I'm just wondering, once people do generously commit to being a gift sponsor for a family or more than one family, and all the gifts start coming in, do you deliver them all to Catholic Charities at once, or do you allow each family to coordinate that themselves? How does that work?
No, so we have 54 different departments that sponsor a family or they purchase gift cards. So I cover 3 campuses. So we have the health science out in Maywood. So I give a deadline for when the gifts have to be dropped off. So that we'll drop them off like the first Tuesday in December was the Maywood drop off. So I went out there and collected all the gifts, and then a truck from Catholic Charities came to take it to Catholic Charities. Then on Wednesday, I went to the Water Tower campus, and all of those departments dropped their gifts off, and Catholic Charities came and took those. And then on Thursday, it was the Lakeshore campus. That is the largest campus and the largest donation. And I would like to give a little shout out. We have a group of young men called the Rambler Brotherhood. I'm sorry, the Rambler Brotherhood. And they all volunteered to come and help me get all the gifts out to the Catholic Charity truck, which is a lot of work.
That can be a lot.
Truly, all three of you are so inspiring.
Yeah.
All three of you are so inspiring in the ways that you have looked at this task before you and found the most effective ways to communicate the need to your communities and then contribute in a substantive way to the celebration of giving. So Dody and Mario and Cookie, we're so grateful that you're with us today. If you'll please bear with us, we're going to take a break here on The Voice of Charity. And when we return, we'd love to continue our conversation with three awesome volunteers giving so much of their time and effort to help support Catholic Charities' celebration of giving. You're listening to The Voice of Charity. Please stay tuned.
We are hiring. Catholic Charities of the Archdiocese of Chicago is looking for mission-driven individuals who want to help make a positive difference in the lives of people in need throughout Cook and Lake counties. Be part of a diverse, talented team of professionals in the largest human services organization in the Midwest. We are dedicated to helping people chart a more stable, happier future for themselves, and we accompany anyone in need, regardless of faith, gender, race, or ethnicity. Competitive salaries and generous benefits add to the satisfaction you'll have every day knowing that you're helping us amplify our impact in Chicago. To see our list of employment opportunities, visit CatholicCharities.net.
People always say, how can you spend your day with 3-year-olds? Seeing the changes that they go through and just the journey and how they grow, this is a very rewarding job. Even though at the end of the day, we're not the highest paid people on earth. And when I have a parent contact me and say, my child loves school, that to me, I'm setting that foundation for their love of learning. Because really, you are changing lives, you are molding lives.
Shape the next generation of leaders. Teach. Apply today at archchicago.org/schooljobs.
Catholic Charities has had the privilege of helping people in need in Cook and Lake County for more than 100 years. We would like to take this opportunity to thank our frontline workers who, despite the unprecedented challenges of the past 2 years, continue to excel at their jobs every day. From the warehouse staff members who pack boxes of nutritious foods for low-income seniors, to the dedicated WIC employees who have remained open for families with children under the age of 5, to our volunteers and restaurant partners who ensure that meals are available for those experiencing hunger, to our service coordinators and our professional counselors who continue their vital work in innovative ways, to our food pantry staff, and to all those who work at Catholic Charities Call Center, finding solutions for every person who reaches out to us for help. Charity is at the heart of all you do, and we salute you.
Welcome back to The Voice of Charity. I'm Phil Zepeda here with my colleague Katie Bredemann. We have three amazing guests with us today talking about their experience with the celebration of giving. Joining us are Dody Hickey from St. Joseph and Francis Xavier Parish in Wilmette, Mario Serrano from St. Alphonsus Parish in Lakeview, and Cookie Krupa from Loyola University. Again, we're glad to have all of you with us. Kind of do a little bit of a round robin here. We're going to ask each of you to respond to some of the questions to learn a little bit about your involvement with the celebration of giving and why you like doing it. So let's start with Dody. Dody, what do you like best about participating with the celebration of giving?
Oh, I just love starting the Christmas season out with, giving and thinking about others and just having that sort of like focus on what's truly important in Christmas. And it's just really special.
That's great that you keep coming back year over year for that too. Mario, how about yourself? What do you like best about participating with the celebration of giving?
Basically just kind of reiterating what Dody said is just amazing. Just, having the community come together, like to give gifts for those like less fortunate, and yeah, just it's truly wonderful.
You can all claim the same answer. There's no shame in that as well too. Cookie, how about you? What's your favorite part about the celebration of giving and your participation?
Well, for me, it's a lot of fun chatting with the different departments because I don't see them on a daily basis. So it's fun to get together. And it's also fun to see how excited they are. Like when they bring in bicycles and wagons, they're so excited. And so many times people will say to me, "Oh, I so wish I could see Mary in the outfit I purchased for her. I really hope she likes it." And this is really cute. It gives a human touch to the whole process.
That's beautiful.
And also, I would like to give a shout out to the people that I worked with at Catholic Charities were extremely helpful. There were many times when I needed, or one of the departments needed more clarification on what a person wants and sizing, and they were very quick to respond, which made it easy.
That's great to know, Cookie. We agree with you that the celebration of giving leaders at Catholic Charity really are remarkable people. That's one of them right there on the left, Sue Fowler, who works with Jim Wogan in Lake County. And then in Cook County, there's Jim Wogan there on the right, and Maureen Kelly is in the middle. Those three are the leaders in Lake County. And then in Cook County, we have Noreen Russo and Mary Angelotti are leading the charge for Cook County. They really are amazing people. And I have to say that in hearing about your involvement with Celebration of Giving, I'm also learning more about how all three of you have been involved in Catholic Charities in other ways. And I'm just wondering if you could share if there's a particular program that's especially meaningful to you. Dody, can we start with you?
Sure. So I love the after supper visions photography show. I try to go every year. I just think it's such a beautiful thing to know that even if you're homeless or down on your luck, these people have talents that should be celebrated and enjoyed and treated with dignity. So I always think that's such a special thing at Catholic Charities.
I
and
agree.
Of course,
please go ahead.
Oh no, sorry. And I always love going to the food pantry anywhere when there's an opportunity. I just think that's just always so rewarding as well.
So grateful for your involvement, Dody. And how about you, Mario? Any special program that's especially meaningful to you?
Actually, Dody kind of had my answer, but I'll also throw in like the Blossoms of Hope, the auction and raffle, because not to be on a down note, but yeah, I had a friend who took his own life, so that's. So that, in many ways, that kind of led me on my journey to where I am now, like working at a faith community. So
I totally agree with you. That LOST program is nationally recognized, Mario, for helping people who are survivors of suicide. And I totally agree with you. That's an incredibly special program at Catholic Charities as well. And how about you, Cookie?
Actually, I was not aware of that program. So now I'm going to fully research that for myself. And also, I really enjoy the aspect of the food pantries. But other than that, I really haven't had any more involvement.
Where would Catholic Charities be, Phil, without awesome volunteers like this who not only believe in Catholic Charities, but then give of themselves so generously in numerous ways beyond Celebration of Giving, right?
Yeah, these folks are really illustrating that wonderful, loving touch that we have for our clients. Would love to hear from you. Last final question from each of you. If you can really, do you have a quick memory to share about your involvement with the Celebration of Giving? What's your go-to story that might be really brief that you might want to share with our audience? Dody, let's start with you.
Well, just in general, I think the week where we're collecting gifts and we're hustling and packing them up and. It's kind of stressful. And when that truck pulls up and you fill it up and it drives away, you just think, wow, it really is so rewarding to think that you really have changed this Christmas season and maybe filled some people with some hope. So that's just what we love about
beautiful.
Beautifully said.
The closure that comes with the program and the truck driving away. Mario, how about yourself? Any memories come to mind?
There's like so many, to be honest. One particular one this year, I was talking with a person who came in and she brought a little doll as a gift, and it was it specifically asked for a chubby doll because the recipient has Down syndrome. So she wanted a doll that looked like her. So I just I just thought that was amazing that this woman came in with and she was so happy to get this doll for this little girl. So
what a great story.
Heartwarming, and we are close to Down syndrome in our family too. So I'm bringing that one home to my wife if she's not already listening. And Cookie, how about yourself? Bring us home with a great story.
Sure. Like I mentioned before, it's always fun when you gather these gifts. Like when we do the Lakeshore, which is the campus that I actually work on, I order like 3 or 4 extra large pizzas. I invite everybody from my staff down, and we have a great time. We play Christmas music. People are bringing in gifts, and they're so excited to show you how much they brought. Like this year, we had some bikes. We had a Radio Flyer wagon, and then it was a joy to work with the Rambler Brotherhood, who is that group of young men who took all those gifts out and loaded that truck. Was absolutely packed. It was great.
Well, thank you for sharing that. And these 2 parishes in Loyola, just wonderful stories of great involvement on this extraordinary volunteer effort around the holiday seasons. We're grateful to you, Cookie and Dody and Mario, for sharing your stories on this inspiring show today. You've helped the celebration of giving really come alive on this program with these stories that you've shared, and for our listeners, and you've helped us all remember the true meaning of Christmas, giving selflessly to others in celebration of Christ's birth and in gratitude for the many blessings we have in our lives. So we appreciate all you have done to help further the mission of Catholic Charities this holiday season. So thank you so much.
I also echo what Phil said, and I have to say that, this program is 76 years old this year, and it's because of incredibly kind-hearted people like you that Catholic Charities has been able to continue this program and help thousands and thousands of families in need each Christmas. I join with Phil in thanking you, Dody, Mario, and Cookie. Catholic Charities is blessed to be partners with you, and we hope that you will extend our deepest gratitude to your pastors, your fellow parishioners at St. Joseph and Francis Xavier and St. Alphonsus Parish, the St. Joseph and Francis Xavier school community, and everyone at Loyola University, Cookie, for all that they have done to help make the celebration of giving a success again this year. We wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks so much for being with us. I'd also like to take a moment here on the Voice of Charity to thank Phil Zepeda for all he has contributed to the Voice of Charity show. Phil's skills as a broadcaster and as a storyteller have enriched this program in many ways. And as he moves on to a new career, on behalf of so many people who admire and respect Phil at Catholic Charities, I want to express my heartfelt appreciation for the lasting impact he has made, always putting Catholic Charities and the people we serve at the forefront of all he does. Thank you, Phil.
Well, Katie, thank you so much. This has always been so fun to be a partner with you and our listening audience and these tremendous engineers that we have at the Archdiocese of Chicago who help put together a great show week in and week out. This is a great way to remember us, to remember the great services of Catholic Charities, to ground us all, as we've said, the many blessings that we all have, hear these wonderful, impactful stories like we heard with the volunteers, and just really become more centered with our faith. So thank you, all of you. I'll remember my participation with this show fondly, and I'm very thankful to have this as part of my life.
And we have been so grateful and so blessed to have you on this Voice of Charity team, and we wish you all the best, Phil.
Thank you.
And we invite all of you back again next week for another edition of The Voice of Charity. For now, this is Katie Bredemann with Phil Zepeda, and we thank you for tuning in and believing in the mission of Catholic Charities. Merry Christmas to you all.
Merry Christmas, everybody.